if I have something in my teeth, well, you can't tell me, so you'll just have to deal with it. I really do feel like I have something in my teeth. Okay, we are gonna try to get through the answers portion of my 1,000 subscribers giveaway video 2-part series. I have printed out the questions, so let's get started. Or if I've answered the question in my previous question and answers video, then I didn't answer it here. So look there. And I've only answered, you know, the question once, so to save time, because it's already going to be a really long video. So let's just get started. So the first question is from Tim Wiskman, and he says, whose beard is better, mine or Brad Pitt's? Honey, your beard is fabulous. I wouldn't want anyone else's beard. Yours is the only beard for me. I love your beard. Okay, so the last time I did a Q&A video, I wanted you guys to answer the question. And this time I forgot to mention that. So it's a little one-sided, me answering all of the questions and not getting any answers from you guys. So I would really like your answer to one of this first question that I'm gonna answer here. So Crazy Geek Crafter says, why do you include footage of your family? It seems like something very private. And I spoke with her a little bit in the comments section because I'm interested. I want to know if you guys, my subscribers, enjoy watching the little vlogs or the little clips or the little photos that I put at the end of my videos of my family. For those of you who don't know that they're there, I do. I include a little bit of footage of my family on most videos. Anything that I make for someone else or another channel or another purpose, like my online class for big picture classes, of course it's not on those. It's just simply for this channel. But I would really like to know if you guys enjoy watching that part. I enjoy sharing it, but I would really like to know if you enjoy watching it. For the reason, to answer your question, I put it on there because this is my channel. This is me. This is my crafts, my experiences, my opinions, my reviews, my life. I share because there's such a huge part of that for me, and I think it's fun and I enjoy sharing it. And right now I can go back and look at Dexter a year ago on my YouTube channel, and you can see him talking about dinosaurs or doing something from when he was just turned 3 to now. And I think that is so cool. And it forces me to take those opportunities to take and share the video, or take the video when I may not have taken the video if I don't share this stuff with you guys. It really is kind of helping me keep that type of memory keeping. And I really like it. So I hope that you guys enjoy watching it. It's okay. It's absolutely okay if you don't. I'm not gonna stop sharing it unless it's an overwhelming response of I hate your family. Stop sharing the videos. But I think there are some people that watch my channel that do enjoy them, and I love communicating with them. And those people know who they are. And really, the people that watch those videos don't need to ask the question of why I do it, because they watch it and they know why I share them. But if you could share down in the comments section if you enjoy watching that part of my videos. And it's absolutely okay if you don't. I just am interested to know. And the next question, Kaya asks, if you had to leave the US forever, which country would you go to and why? I would totally go to Slovenia because you're there. I don't know. I'm an American true and true, so the idea of me moving to another country is Well, it's foreign. I don't know what to say. Probably Canada, because I really think that they're like very similar to us. And they have some better things like universal health care. And I don't know. To answer the question, probably Canada, but it's really cold up there, so I'd probably be unhappy. I don't know. Odette, I promised that I'm doing the D-stash. I'm working on it. I've got to get things together. It's been a little overwhelming this week. Dexter's sick. It seems like this winter has been the sickness winter, the sickness of 2018. So I am trying to get that together. But she asks, what are my goals and aspirations as a crafter? I have reached a lot of the goals that I had. I wanted to be on a design team, and Your Next Stamp provided that to me. And I wanted to do an online class, which I didn't even know I really wanted to do it, and now after doing it, I'm not sure if I'm great at that. But I don't really have too many goals besides to learn, to grow, to get better, to meet new crafty friends. Like, this is why I do it. I do this, all of it, because I want to interact with you. I don't have any crafty friends near me. I have friends, and some of them are crafty, but none of them want to come over and make cards with me. So I am so passionate about this that I decided to share online. She also asked, how does Dexter feel about all of this? I'm assuming that you're asking about the sharing online. And Dexter doesn't understand what is happening. I have 4 kids in this house. The oldest, Kaylin, she usually doesn't want to be on video or even have pictures taken of her because she doesn't understand how beautiful she is. And that makes me very sad. And so, but I respect her for that, and so I tried not to do that. Hayden is 14, and you know, he has his good times and bad. He's the most supportive when it comes to my channel, but you know, sometimes he just doesn't want to be filmed, and that's okay. Dexter, my stepdaughter, I don't share photos of her because I'm not her mother, so I don't do it. I have enough respect that I don't want to do that. I'm sure you guys can understand. But Dexter, he is the one that is the ham. He wants to be filmed. He wants to have pictures taken of him. He asks for it. Sometimes he doesn't when he's in a bad mood, but you know, that's kids. But he isn't a crafty person. He barely ever asks to color or draw or paint or anything yet. But as far as being on YouTube, he doesn't understand. So most of the questions that I got had pertained to Creativation and how you get to Creativation and how I got to Creativation. So AaronTube360 asks, how did I get invited to Creativation? Did I apply to go as a YouTube star? I am not a YouTube star. Maybe one day everyone will pick up on my sparkling personality. But I was not invited. I became a member of AFCI, the Association for Creative Industries. And I did that because there are many benefits to doing that. And I ask you to go to their website. I'm going to leave links to the AFCI website, to Creativation, and also to Cassandra, who is in charge of membership for AFCI. And I did reach out to her and ask her about this video that I was filming and answering these questions. And she said that any of you that have an interest in becoming a member or Creativation or anything, to email her and she'd be happy to discuss it with you. She did ask me to tell you about the making. Even though Creativation is not open to the public, the making is a new festival that they're having at Bethel Woods in September on my birthday. and it's going to be open to the public. They're going to have vendors there. I don't have all the information, but as that comes to life, I could definitely share that with you if you guys would like information about that. Bethel Woods was the location of Woodstock, so that's kind of cool. I became a member of AFCI because I want to grow. I want to become what they call a digital content creator, and that's like, I'm a blogger. So I wanted to go to Creativation so that I could see all the cool stuff, just like you want to go to Creativation. I just happen to share it online. So it's not that you can't go. If you really want to go to Creativation, if you have an Etsy shop, if you have a brick and mortar store, if you are a digital content creator, if you are a maker, DIYer, if you need, Creativation was made for vendors to sell their goods. Okay, so that's what they're there for. They're there to make sales for the year. So they want the Queen's Inc. to come and buy product for them. They want Koren Wiskman to come and buy product for her Etsy shop. And they want, that's what its intended use is. Now they are opening themselves up for what is the future, and that is digital content creators in different types of media, which is what I consider myself. And I wanted to be there to see the new products and to socialize and network with people. Now, not everyone has a purpose of doing that. So I wish that the trade show itself was open to the public, because I really think they could benefit from doing that. It's not cheap to attend Creativation. When you're a non-member, it's $300 to register for Creativation, and you still have to register under one of those categories that they have set up. So if you have any questions, or you want to be a member or to go to Creativation, I ask you to email Cassandra and ask her questions. Find out if it's right for you. AaronTube360 also asks, do you need someone to follow around next year and videotape me and talking to everyone? That would be awesome. But I think Tim's gonna go with me next year. But I went by myself this year, and it was a little lonely. It was great because I got some alone time, which in this house, you're not alone. But I do kind of want someone to be there with me. So if he won't go, maybe I'll have like some kind of giveaway for like Creativation with Corey. We should play a drinking game. How many times can she get interrupted? And every time I get interrupted, you have to drink. Unfortunately, this is just coffee. She also asked, what perfume are you wearing? That's funny, because I put on perfume in the last video. I was wearing that day Anai. I cannot pronounce the brand of this perfume, but it's my mother's favorite perfume, and I purchased it because me and my daughter both love the scent of it for two reasons. One, because it smells good, and two, it reminds us of my mom. So when we wear it, she lives far away and we don't get to see her all the time, so when we wear it, we get the warm motherly smells of Granny. Grand Pouce 8. I'm sorry, but where did you find that sweetheart of a husband? Tim and I met in 6th grade, in middle school. We were around 11 years old, I think. We were in homeroom together because my maiden name was Wilson and his is Wiskman, so we were alphabetized, and we knew each other, but we didn't hang out with each other. He was like this sporty, like, jock dude that wore Umbro shorts, and he had rather long hair, and I tease him all the time because I remember him like walking through the hallway like Axl Rose or something. And he doesn't remember that, but I remember that. And So we went to high school together and we graduated together, and we were both with other people. So we went separate ways. We both married other people, and then one day when I was a single mom, I moved into a house in our old neighborhood, and I had posted a picture on Facebook, and he was a Facebook friend of mine, and I had posted a picture of the front of my house, and he commented on it. He said, "I know exactly where that is." And I was just like, "Ooh, creepy." What? But we started talking, and he literally lived within walking distance right down the street from me. So he would bring Olivia and I would bring my kids, and we would go to the park and do certain things as friends. And we started like going to dinner as friends. Like, he would date other people, and I just didn't want to be with anyone. And we started as friends, as really great friends. And it just naturally grew into best friends and people that, to be cheesy, you know, like we just were meant to be together. So I think that's why it works, and we're very happy, and that's why people like you see that, because it's a good relationship and it's healthy. Okay, so Grand Poos 8 also asks, how much time on average do you typically spend at the convention each day? Was it full day of activities? Yes. Creativation, so I got there on a Thursday, and the trade show, the trade show is what I wish that they would open up to the public, but they have seminars and workshops and classes on Thursday and Friday, and that's what I did those 2 days. And then the trade show opens on Saturday, and then Sunday, and then Monday it's also open, but I left. You cannot do everything that they have. You have to pick and choose the things that you do and see, because there's so much. So it isn't something that it's all planned out for you. You have to do some planning, and you can't do it all. Sherry asks, do you have any other hobbies? I like photography. My husband is a hobbyist photographer also, and some of my friends. So I like to take pictures of my kids and like portraiture. He is more of a landscape and nature person, and he is a fabulous photographer, far better than me. And so I started doing it because he did it, and then I started to love it, and now I do it way more than he does. But anytime I get stuck on something or need to learn something, he helps me. And I shoot in RAW and in manual mode, so I use all the functions that the camera has to offer, and I'm still learning. But so if you see a photo of mine and it's not quite right, it's because I'm still learning. She also asks, do you have any pets? No. There's two reasons why we don't have any pets, and number one, it's Dexter's allergic to pet dander. So when we go over to my brother's, who has 2 dogs, he has a German short hair pointer and a black lab. The pointer doesn't really affect him too much, but the black lab, it's like instant hives when he walks in the door. So we have to like put him on antihistamines when we know that we're going over there. Also, we're so busy with our everyday lives, with working and taking care of the kids and doing sports and doing this and doing that, that when we did have a dog before Dexter, we really didn't spend any time with him. So we ended up giving him to a better home because we just didn't spend time with him. And we miss Opie. Opie was his name, and we miss him, but really it was the best thing for Opie because we just don't have the time to care for anything else with such a large family and so many other obligations. Kimberly Street says, how have the goals you have for your brand, blog, YouTube changed since going to seminars at Creativation? Creativation by far is a super boost of creative energy, and you leave there super motivated and ready to be better at whatever it is that you're there for. And that's what happened to me. I left just completely ready to grow and to learn and to be a better blogger, YouTuber, sharer, social media person, and so that's what I went there for, to learn about those things so that I could do better. Kimberly Street also asks, what must-have new tool is on your list since you have seen all the new goodies? Avriel liquid watercolors. I cannot wait to get my hands on them. That is what I'm most excited about playing with. That was from the show, and I want to play with them. Lisa Davis asks, do you scrapbook? If you've seen my craft room tour, you can see that I have them. I even show you a little bit of it, and it's something that I want to do. I have the supplies, I have the photos, I just don't have the time to get to it, and maybe that'll be one of my goals for 2018, is to actually get some of those beautiful pictures of my kids in the scrapbook. Inky Nerd Art says, I love your name. Was there anything at the show that you think is going to be a game changer or is just crazy red and going to be huge? Other than the Avriel liquid watercolors, Tim Holtz, his line of things with tonic and how they have the red accents are now going to be in black, and they are coming home to Mama's craft room because I love black and gray so very much. I don't hate the red, but they're going. Delia R says, are you hoping to go next year, and if so, how far in advance did you plan the trip? I started planning my trip to Creativation in October. I am planning on going next year, which is already set. The date is on the website. I even think the 2020 date is on the website. I am hoping to take Tim next year. I hope we can plan a week. We have never been anywhere together since Dexter was born, alone. So I'm really hoping that we could take that week and I can go to Creativation, but we could spend some time in Phoenix, which is an awesome city to be in, together, and just experience the city more than I did this last trip. Tammy Pluskett says, what is the one product that I saw that you can't live without? Definitely the tonic. Tim Holtz stuff. They're coming home. Dot Friel says, what company was I most impressed with? Hands down, I was most impressed with Happy Doodle, and that's because Leslie is an amazing crafter, and it's her first time at Creativation with her own company, and her booth was amazing. She had make and takes, she had giveaways, she had interactive photo things that you could get your picture taken with. It was so well thought out and just great, and it was impressive considering that was her first time going with her own company and setting up her own booth. She also asked, did you take the art impressions class? I did not. I saw their fun stuff from another crafter that I met in a workshop, but I did not get to take the art impressions class. Kim Marsh says, is Tim Holtz as handsome in person as he is on YouTube? I think that he's better looking in person. A lot of times you see people on camera and you think like they're so amazing, and then you see them in real life and you're like, hey, you're kind of short. But it wasn't the case with him. He is of good stature and very well dressed, and he had a gazillion women all around him at all times, so I did not get to meet him, but I saw him demonstrate some of his products, and yes, he is good looking. In fact, maybe even better in person. Allison Kuka says, how did you start YouTubing and guest designing? I just turned on the camera. If you go back to my very first YouTube video, it's terrible, hands down, it's not great, but I just did it. And then I talked myself out of it, and I didn't make another video for an entire year. And I wish I hadn't done that, but I did. And now, after making videos for a year, I'm growing, I'm getting better at it, I'm doing it, and I'm learning along the way, and that is exactly how you should start if you're considering doing a YouTube or a blog. Just do it. You will learn going forward what you cannot do, what you need work with, what you need help with, how to do it. And it does take time. It's an investment, and just do it. That's what I did. I just did it, and that's when people start to notice you, like Your Next Stamp asked me to be on the design team, and that's how I started guest designing. So, Julia Satterwhite says, is calligraphy something you would want to get into for your cards? Short answer is not at this time, but I can't say that in the future that I wouldn't want to do some hand lettering or calligraphy. I'm in awe of people that can do that. It's very peaceful. It's very relaxing. I just have so many other things that I want to do that it's just not on my list. Excuse me. So I enjoy watching other people do it, but it's not something that I'm planning to do anytime soon. Heidi Lilly says, who are your top 3 card making inspirations? And I watch all of you. I follow you all on Instagram if I can find you, if you're not private. I respect the fact that if you're private, I won't follow you. But I follow as many people as would let me, and I watch all of your YouTube as much as I can. I have a TV that I put on that it just keeps playing things for me. I can't always comment or respond to things because it's on the TV, so if I really want to, I have to go and look up the video and respond. But I try to, but I do watch a lot of YouTube. And even if I'm not sitting here completely focused on it, I am watching YouTube. Larry, well, to answer the question, the top 3, it's Laura Bassin. Like, these are the 3 people that everything they do I love. Laura Bassin, the Laurie I can't pronounce her last name. Just Give Me Stamps on Instagram. I love all of her cards. And Janos Makola. Like, everything that she puts out is just, it's just top notch. I don't know if I copied this down wrong or if it's really Larry Meadows. Laurie, it might be a Laurie, I don't know. Probably a typo. If you had an entire weekend, no distractions, to do any crafty project you want, regardless of cost, what would you work on? I would organize my craft room. I would color code and organize and alphabetize and swatch and label. Not that I wouldn't want to craft things, but that's what I really want to do right now. So that's the answer of my question. Stacy Graves says, what products did you see that you didn't expect that would be super useful in your craft room? So what, if I'm understanding the question, it's what did I see that would kind of just be you know, I really didn't see too much that was kind of like, I don't know. There was one product that could end up being super useful, but it's one of those things that are like, I don't know about that. By Colorbox, it's called a powder sprayer, and it's like a little plastic sprayer, and it's supposed to spray embossing powder on your project. And I'm just not sure about that. So, Rumpza family, which booth was your favorite? If we're talking like stylized booths, because some companies go all out, like Sizzix has that pavilion style, I'd have to say it's a tie between Sizzix and Spellbinders. Spellbinders had these cacti, wooden cacti, and like lights, and it was lit up real pretty. It was really well done. So I think it would be a tie between those two. Marla Harris says, did you blog or go straight to YouTube? I blogged first. In fact, I had a blog before this blog that I use now. And it's the worst thing that I ever did, but I deleted that blog at one point. I started a blog in like 2013, and then I got really busy with like work and family and stuff like that, and I just wasn't blogging. So I don't ever do that. It's terrible. I really wish that I hadn't done that, but I did. So when I started blogging again, I think in 2015, I had to start over. So yeah, so bummer. But life, that's what happens. Kathleen Dinkelman says, how much did Dexter miss you? He did not. I thought he would, and I wanted him to, but he didn't. I FaceTimed him almost every night, but he loves his daddy and his sissy and Bubba, and so he just did not miss me. It's okay. I strive to raise independent children, so I'm okay with it. Glenda Jansen says, did you meet Tim Holtz? I didn't. I saw him. I was like, you know, close to him, but I did not take the time to sift through the sea of women to get to him. Melinda Fox says, how long have you and Timothy been married? We've only been married since 2015. We've been together much longer than that, but we decided to get married for the second time for both of us in 2015. Vaughn Marie says, how far in advance did you hear about Creativation? Like I said, you can plan Creativation right now. Like, you can go on the website and start planning your trip to Creativation. Consult with Cassandra and get hooked up with what you need from her, and then start planning your trip to Creativation right now. Malene Tabaris, and I'm probably butchering that beautiful name, and I'm sorry. She asks, how long have you been card making? I have been card making since I was pregnant with my son Hayden, and I went to my first Stampin' Up party, and I have it here. So I don't know if you guys can see it real good. This is my very first paper crafting project. This is I was told to bring pictures, and I brought my first love. I have been driving Jeep Wranglers since I could start driving, and I actually have a 95 and a 2016 in the garage right now, and that's number 5 and 6. So this is number 1. And I love them. They're a part of me. But this was my first, has some stamping on here, and I wrote some stuff and wrote Jeep, or stamped a Jeep with some letter stamps, but this is 15 years old. So she also asks, what other YouTubers do you watch? I watch all the YouTubers, like all of them. I have a very large subscription feed. I watch beauty bloggers, I watch tech gurus, I watch photography gurus, I watch so much YouTube. I don't watch TV unless it's like a sporting event, and HGTV. I do love me some HGTV, but mostly I watch you guys on YouTube, and I craft. Like, my nephew came over one time and went back home and told his mother that our TV was broken. And she said, why is your TV broke? And I'm like, it's not broken. And she said, well, Bryce said it was broken. And I'm like, no, we just don't turn it on ever. And he legit thought that my TV was broken, and that's why it was off. But yeah, we don't watch TV. I mean, Dexter has his iPad for different things. He's really starting to get into playing games on it, which is really quite fun to watch him learn how to play video games, and he's playing video games on the consoles and stuff, so we like to interact with each other sometimes. She also asks, dream job? Question mark. Yes, I have a dream job, and it's nothing that I do right now. I mean, of course it would be great to like get paid for crafting. Let me tell you right now, if you're expecting to get rich off of YouTube videos, it is not going to happen for you. It's just not. And it takes a really long time to build your channel. And so if you're thinking right now that you should be a YouTube star to make the money, it's going to be hard. But my dream job is actually, if I won the lottery and money was no issue, I would be the beer cart girl at the local golf course. I want to drive around the golf cart and sell beer and hang out with all the older people that play golf and just socialize and drink beer and be around all the green grass and all the sand. Yeah, isn't it weird? But it is totally my dream job. You can ask anyone that I know. You can ask Tim. That is my dream job. So if I win the lottery and I disappear from YouTube, it's because I'm out selling beer on the golf course. Watch me. In fact, I have to start playing the lottery because I don't play the lottery. Julie Ann Hoffman says, what was the best workshop you took at Creativation? There were 3 workshops that I really took the most from, and that was a collaboration workshop that I took with Mandy Evans. I took a workshop or a seminar, I can't remember what they called it, with Justine Hovey and Creative Kimona about design team to influencer, and then the talk that I listened to with PhD to PhDIY with Damask Love. Those are the 3 classes that I took that I just was super happy when I left there and very motivated and ready to do more. Laura Vasquez says, how did you get started in crafting? I got started crafting a long time ago. I mean, my mom is a crafter. She sews. She is very handy with all kinds of things with her hands. So watching her in that capacity, and then my grandmother, she's very crafty, and she loves to knit and things like that. So I guess I come from crafty people. And also, you know, when you're poor, especially when you're a single mom and you don't have any money, if your kids need Valentines for for their class, I'm gonna make them. So that's kind of how I started crafting. I was so poor I had to craft. But and then you quickly find out that it's really not cheaper. It's really not. But so Oak Wild Designs asks, are you allowed to buy any new product? I do not believe that there are any point of sale locations at all in Creativation. Anything that I brought home was supplied to me. Except for the workshop stuff. Like, I paid to take the workshop, so that's kind of like buying things, but as far as point of sale, no, at least to my knowledge. Rose Marie Bosilios, maybe. How much did you spend? From all of it to go to Creativation, I think I spent around $2,000. So the airfare was about $400. Hotel, which I stayed at the Sheraton, which is a little higher price range, and it was within walking distance of Creativation. So there are cheaper places to stay, or let's say less expensive places to stay, but you have to take a shuttle to get to Creativation. So there's that option to save money. And then the classes, you don't have to take the workshops, but I wanted to experience that, and I spent about $100 in workshops. Not everything is like most of the seminars and classes are free, but the workshops where you leave with product, they have a fee. I spent about $200 in food while I was there, which is amazing because I have a family of 6. So when we go out, or food in general is just really expensive to feed all these people. So I went to pay my check, and it was like $20, and I'm looking at it like, is this right? Wait a second, maybe I need my glasses. And then I realized it's just me. That was with a glass of wine. So about $2,000 is what I spent. Susan Elliott says, what do you not like about crafting? Fussy cutting. I do not like that. That is not relaxing to me. I get very frustrated, and so I try not to. I also really don't like that scrapbook stores are closing. I'm not sure if this applies, but I hate that. I really, really wish that there were more brick and mortar scrapbook stores, and that weren't the big box stores. Snowy splodges. That's probably wrong. How do you manage to find time to craft and record it for us to watch with a large family to care for and work? I ignore my family. No, that's not true. I make time. I have to make it a priority. It is therapy to me, and my family is super supportive. So they know that it is something that I want to do, and there's usually in here with me. You can see Dexter's hands sometimes in here in the video. My husband is usually right in front of me doing work that he needs to do, and they just understand. And having a supportive family is imperative when it comes to doing something like this. Sally Kane says, what was the best technique you discovered in the classes? The classes, so Creativation is, they take the workshops so that scrapbook store owners and online store owners or whatever, they have sample product and they know how to use the product. So the workshops aren't designed to teach you really advanced techniques. They're there to show their product, to give you samples, and to sell you their products. So it's really geared towards people that need to teach it, okay? So you don't really learn anything advanced, let's just say that. So I can't say that I brought anything back because this is now the third time that I'm filming the end of this video because of different things, camera misoperation, interruptions, corrupt files. So I believe I was at Crafty Kate's question. Since you are more of a warm climate person, how did you end up in Maryland? And I was born here. I was born in Baltimore, and you know, you have kids and they have roots here now, and so even though Tim and I would love to move to North Carolina to be at the beach, you know, his business is here, and maybe sometime in the future we'll get to move to warmer weather. But for now, it's Maryland life. Kevin Bray says, can I come with you next year? I hope you know that my husband loves you, okay? He is a big Kevin fan, and if it were up to him, we would all go and hang out and have a good time. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Maybe we could all get together and go and have a group of people and hang out at Creativation. Deb Hauk says, what ink do I use with alcohol markers that won't bleed? I use Memento. I have used Your Next Stamp Black Olive ink. Both of those are Copic friendly. I would like to try the MFT Extreme Black that just came out. I don't have it yet, but I want to try that. But yeah, so Memento, Tuxedo Black, nothing special. Joe Roberts says, how does one make a living in crafting? And I am not the one to answer that, because I certainly do not make a living doing this. I am much smaller than some of the larger, more popular bloggers and YouTubers, so I'm sure they would be more experienced in answering this question. The money that I have made is very small amount, and I get some money from YouTube and some from advertising for my blog. I get free product when I make other people videos, and when I do Your Next Stamp projects. Sometimes people click on my links and I get like cents on things that they've purchased. But it's, at this point, definitely spending much more than I make. Yes. So I do have one more question that I wrote down here because I just checked it. And Patty Hoyt said, did you meet Heidi Swap? And I did not. I did not meet Heidi Swap. I did see her lovely booth. She could have been right in front of me, and I don't know. Like, I don't get starstruck. I'm not looking for them so much. So she could have been there, and I just didn't see her. But I do have some of her products. I would love to tell her how great her products are. But yeah, I'm not the most observant person. So when I go out to things like that, especially at Creativation, I am looking at product and not so much at people. So I did use my cell phone to put in the comment generator picker, and the winner of the 1,000 subscriber giveaway is Connie Inman, and I'm so glad that she won. And Connie, if you could email me your address of where you want me to ship the products, the winnings, it's KORENWISKMAN@gmail.com, and just let me know where you want it sent. And that's it. I'm so thankful for you guys. Please comment and talk to me in the comment section, or email me, or Instagram me, or whatever. That is the best. That is why I do this. I want to interact with you guys. So if you could just talk to me, that would be great. Anyway, thanks for sitting through another really ridiculously long video.